Hello and welcome to Red World. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what the mod is. In short terms, this will stay on the screen because I do need to address that, but in short, somehow the Soviet Union won the Cold War. I don't know how, we'll have to figure out the point of divergence as we go. I haven't seen a lot of, this mod, to be honest, so I don't really know what's going on with that. But this mod, in which most of the world is socialist in some way, shape, or form, sees a fractured America, and in it we are going to take control of the American People's Commonwealth, and we are going to manufacture some consent as Noam Chomsky. Now, the original creator of this mod sadly passed away. I believe he got into a car accident, and because of that the mod was left unupdated for a while until people realized this, and of course then some people started a fan continuation of it, which of course honors the original creator, Tom, aka Kaiser 1871. So thank you, Tom. Now, there are a lot of splinter factions in America. You have the Republican Party leading the American Republic, which styles itself, I'm guessing, as a continuation of American democracy, though they have moved their capital from Washington, D.C. to Atlanta. Then you have Illinois, of course, which is Steven Weber. By the way, this is Donald Rumsfeld, not a good dude at all. You got Steven Weber. We're going to delve into like contemporary politics and stuff, so that's sort of like a necessity of this video or the series, and some people are going to get upset. Then you have Melissa Hortman in the Great Lakes Republic. I have no idea who that is. You have Montana, of course, which is led by a Nazi, who tried to create a white ethno-state in Montana, and he's dead now, of course, but not in this world. Yeah, this is a real thing that he wanted to do. Harold Covington. I believe I heard about him for the first time in Behind the Bastards, or one of those like podcasts by Robert Evans. Sorry if my voice is croaking. I'm trying to record more videos a day, and it's working sort of well. And then you of course have another fascist, well, more or less neo-Nazi group. You have Richard B. Spencer, who of course is a real person. I like all these people, and a terrible person, leading the National Bolsheviks, which I don't know what that means necessarily for them. I thought they were just straight up, it's a form of Nazism, I guess. I'm guessing like Strasserites and stuff like that, or Strasserism. But I thought these guys were just very bog standard Nazis. Now, I believe they have a generic focus tree like a lot of these various nations do, but we do not. We have our own focus tree, actually, which we're going to delve into later on. I believe the American Republic have their own ones as well, right? Yep. It's actually quite large as well. But yeah, so you've got the Midwest Union, Bill Hammonds, no idea who you are. Arizona, Harry Mitchell, no idea who you are. Then you have the Communist Party over here, led by Angela Davis of the UAPR, which I don't know what that means. I'm sure we'll be told all these things as we go along. I don't know much about Angela Davis. I might... it seems like a person I should know something about, but I do not. Let's see, is there anything else we need to have a look at here in America? We have Texas, Rick Perry. It's 2010. Canada is led by Preston Manning. United Kingdom is not socialist, but led by David Owen of the Labour Party. And Norway is a sort of offshoot socialist that has distanced itself from the Soviet way of doing socialism, which is a thing that happened in Norway fairly early in the 1930s, I believe, or maybe even before that. Yeah, and then you have, I believe at least, from when I looked at this stuff up, some of the stuff, you've got Danish Socialist Republic, which I'm guessing is it looks like a Soviet puppet. Sweden, centrist party. Just having a look at a few things. Of course, People's Republic of China, which, oddly enough, does not have a focus tree, but I mean, some things were some things were out of the original creator's control, and the new creators haven't necessarily gotten too deep into expanding upon what the original creator created. So, yeah, you also have the West African Union, nationalist, and just a almost thoroughly decolonized Africa, of course, since we are looking at a world in which the Soviet Union, which tried to do that a lot, more or less succeeded, and of course, a world in 2010, as opposed to what you usually look at when you see Africa, or see when you look at Africa in Hearts of Iron IV, which is just a whole bunch of colonies. Was a white person leading South Africa, part of a national conservative party, gives you some ideas of what's going on over there, I guess. But we are going to dive into, let's see, yeah, tech, of course, and we need to look at tech. So tech looks like it's more or less a reskin of the original Hearts of Iron IV tech, so that means it's easy to get into and it's not going to be problematic for us. But I'm going to immediately jump into electronics, as I usually do, for the research speed, and I'm going to jump into industry for the production efficiency, which will all snowball in the end. Fuel storage, right? That is fuel silo. Well, we're doing it anyways. Yeah, we don't necessarily have a lot of oil up here, because I'm usually like when you're playing the United States, you're like, you know, oil is no object, but right now we are in the north exclusively, and the oil is in Texas and down here. Let's have a look at resource map mode. Yeah. The oil is all down here. And we have some of it over here. I'm guessing there's no... Wait, is this... that's Michigan. Where's Pennsylvania? Where's the fracking? There's Pennsylvania. We have a lot of steel, though. But, let's see... Oh my god, we have a lot of decisions. Oh my god, okay, so it's all history. Oh, holy crap. History of the 1970s, Oh my god. Assassination of John F. Kennedy. 1956 presidential election, Cuban Missile Crisis. So, where is the assassination of Richard Nixon? Okay. White House or mental asylum? Surprise detente. So... What happened? Let's see. Cuban Missile Crisis. 22-day confrontation, yeah. Concerning American American ballistic missile deployment in Italy and Turkey with a consequent Soviet ballistic missile deployment. Oh yeah, okay. In response to a failed counter-revolutionary coup in Havana, sponsored by the United States and Haiti. Military blockade, okay. Wait, what? Nixon came to be seen as a communist sympathizer in the last days of the Cuban Missile Crisis, finally conceding to Malenkov in a spectacular capitulation. Okay, so first of all, there are many new things here. Malenkov, of course, and also Richard Nixon during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Right now, in 1961, wasn't Wait, hold up. Yeah, it was 61, wasn't it? Cuban Missile Crisis. But Malenkov wasn't the premier of the Soviet Union, was he? No, the Cuban Missile Crisis was in 62. But who was the premier then? I know, of course, it wasn't Richard Nixon who was the president. That would be John F. Kennedy, but... That is kind of weird. I'm guessing the point of divergence is further back than that, then. White House or mental asylum, 1969. Offhand comment made by Georgy Malenkov at a routine meeting of the Soviet Politburo. Transcript of the meeting was leaked to the Western press, omitting all classified content and highlighting one remark made by Malenkov in response to an apparent report that that President Lyndon B. Johnson, known for his eccentric personality, had threatened a general with pissing all over him. Yeah, that sounds like him. If a breakthrough didn't happen in Vietnam soon. Malenkov joked that he didn't know if Johnson lived in the White House or in a mental asylum. Okay. contributed to the Democratic setback in the 1970 midterms. Okay. Impeachment of John M. Ashbrook was initiated on the 5th of February 1976 when the House of Representatives voted to commence impeachment proceedings against the president of high crimes and misdemeanors. Oh my god, misdemeanors. Stemming from Ashbrook's plans to illegally invade the Kingdom of Spain and his attempts to mislead the investigation into the plans once they were revealed to the United Nations. What the fuck? Warren E. Berger, that is a name. That's the Chief Justice, okay. Spanish Crisis, what's this? Spanish Crisis was a diplomatic incident between the United States of America and the Kingdom of Spain. Highly classified plans to the UN Assembly. Yep, that's what God. Ashbrook, impeachment. What's going on like later on? What happened in the 90s and the 80s and stuff? How did we end up with this world? Let's have a look at ideologies here. So like this dark red continent here, and then you have the more like breakaway socialists and all this stuff. Yeah, what is going on? Okay, well, let's start playing the game. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about those. Actually, no, I'm not gonna. Not too concerned. I want to know what the what the fuck? Hospital, research center, tungsten factory. What are these? So you can straight up just build build resources then. Okay. Set with more recruitment capabilities. Huh. I'll have to learn the balance of all that. But usually, when you play Hot 4, the safe bet is to... Wait, why is infrastructure not affecting our construction speed here? Did they turn that off? Oh, that is weird. I'm seeing the color as if it should, right? But I'm not seeing like a bonus thing pop up. Oh well. For military factories, it's gonna look like, yeah, we're gonna use mixed weapons, post-Cold War equipment here. It looks like we're just using whatever we can get our hands on. Like a militia probably would. Armored personnel carrier, probably actually not needed at all. We do have motorized units, I did see, but... Okay. Support equipment, of course. Wait, no, I already did one of those. And we have a lot of dockyards. We have a lot of steel, so that looks ugly. That... plays over there, but yeah, we have a lot of steel, but not a lot of anything else really, so we can make a lot of cheap ships, I suppose, in order to maybe blockade the American Republic if we end up in a war with them, for example. But for now, I'm gonna focus on just doing this. I'm gonna have a look at... We don't have a lot of tungsten, we'll have to trade for that. I'm gonna have to have a look at my troops to see what we need. Who are our generals? Stephen R. Lyons, I think I've heard of him. Maybe, maybe not. I might just be... That sounds like a name I've heard. Shoemaker. Gustav F. Perna. Yeah, these guys just seem like regular old generals and stuff. Oh, there's Michael Flynn, I've heard of him. Yeah, they seem like regular old generals from maybe like this region of the United States. So our... Let's see, our head of the army... Or we're probably gonna split our armies into multiple parts, but I guess our field marshal will be whoever has the best stats, which is you, Shoemaker, and then we will split off all the people's motorized and mechanized. They're called mechanized, but they seem to be exactly the same, yeah. So we have infantry and then we have motorized. Now these guys have literally no traits, so motorized, I'll just give that to Burns, and then we will put Lyons in control of the infantry. Okay, what else do we need to do? Let's unpause. See if we can get a history pop-up or something. Now we are... Yep, President Chomsky. We are Noam Chomsky, who's probably 170 years old at this point. My fellow Americans, when the time comes each year to address you in this unique New Year's address, I am always faced with something the authors of this Commonwealth would know as writer's block. There are so many struggles and issues within our nation, across the borders surrounding us and even the seas to our east, that the short time that I'm given to to personally speak to my people simply cannot allow total coverage. Which is why on this great day of celebration for the world, I am forced to find the most pressing complication. And at this point, I believe it lies in the Commonwealth itself. Since the Revolution of 1988, so there's some history, we have taken great strides in national, social, and economic development, forging the American People's Commonwealth into an industrial superpower unmatched by most around the planet. And yet, in that same time frame, the political deadlock strangling Philadelphia has remained. Unresolved for too long and causing distress for all Americans who wish to see a government working in their favor. As your president, I cannot promise the great political reforms of past years, as it is my firm belief that the revolutionary period is long gone. We as a country are setting into normalcy, and yet Philadelphia has failed to move along with every other hard-working citizen. That seems like a... Why is he just laying into Philadelphia like that? So this year, my New Year's address is not directed at the millions watching from their television seats. I'm speaking straight to the heart of American injustice, those who seek to bring down my presidency and everything it stands for, at the expense of the average family they see as below them. What is going on? This is not a thing Noam Chomsky would say. And whatever 2010 may have in store for us, rest assured that in a newfound effort for the common good is not established soon, the office of the president may have to be utilized at its full potential. Yeah, this sounds like a very weird authoritarian Chomsky, which is straight up exactly the opposite of what Noam Chomsky is all about. Since he is like an anarchist, right? Or like an anarcho-syndicalist, rather. Okay. Pray for New York, what does that mean? Well, we don't have any focuses that we can do yet, so... Let's have a look at naval dockyards. Heavy cruisers, light cruisers, we need... First and foremost, we need coastal defense, which is cheap. Yeah, let's get light cruisers. I don't even know if these are good. Or sorry, destroyers. Let's get destroyers, and then let's get light cruisers and heavy cruisers. Heavy cruisers, I guess, will be our backbone, and then light cruisers will be... Yeah, so heavy cruisers will be like the core of our navy, I think. We don't have a navy, it seems. So heavy cruisers will be the core of our navy, and then light cruisers will be behind that. We don't really want to build anything like a battleship or anything like that, or because that's absurd in 2010. But we may want to build some carriers at some point, but not quite yet. Yeah, Carrier 2 Mark II seems like it's better, but it costs chromium, which we don't have. Yeah, I think this is going to be it for our production here. Let's get some tungsten from India, apparently, and not from Portugal, as you usually do. And I'm wondering what the sort of the path we have before us here in America. I'm guessing, I'm sort of foreseeing, I guess, a civil war with all of these different disparate polities in America, these breakaway nations. What if I just do all these? Oh, you know, they come back, right? Maybe not. Yeah, they do. Let's just get rid of those oh my god, those what am I saying? Those notifications. Okay, something's going on. Davies re-elected as UAPR General Secretary. Today marked the end of the UAPR. I want to know what that means. Party Congress. Unsurprisingly, incumbent Angela Davis has been re-elected to the position of General Secretary. While not unexpected, this was a hard-won victory for Davis and her centralist faction of the Communist Party of the UAPR. I don't see really what... yeah, there's no, like, actual... There's not for you to build her glorious union yet. Nothing says what that means. The southern border wall. With a recent influx of refugees from the American Republic, usually originating from the Midwest, some members of the Central Committee have suggested a southern border wall will be built to defend the Commonwealth against undecided immigration. The president has declared his deep opposition to this plan. Yeah, why would an anarcho-syndicalist nation that builds up a border wall to keep people from coming into it is kind of like weird, but also sad in its input during a heated said in his input during a heated debate that if the chamber passes a bill to build such an immigration defense, he will still reluctantly sign it into immediate action. So the question now is, does the bill have enough support in our only legislative body? Also, why do we have a president in a an anarcho-syndicalist faction or a syndicalist country? Really, I don't know. Too expensive. We need an even more secure wall. No, why are we going for this? What would we? No, there's no need. Future of the Commonwealth. Born out of two divisions, that of the United States and that of the Communist world, the American People's Commonwealth has remained isolated for 2 decades as the Soviet world order stretched from Europe to Asia. Our brothers who saw the terror of the USSR struggled to stay afloat. While many have fallen in the years past, the ideals of revolutionary socialism are still solidified in the lives of everyday Americans, as well as in many nations across the world. But in order to spread the ideal, we must ask ourselves, what future is there for the Commonwealth? Should we reach outwards across the seas, or would uniting the former United States once and for all elevate us to our position of world power we deserve? Yes. Yes, let's unite America and then reach out to powers across the seas like Norway and Finland, and others who are of a like mind. There's Robert Reich, and there's apparently John Kerry in the anarcho-syndicalist cabinet. That is funny. Call an election? Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. We are so under-equipped. '2010 Winter Olympics are a brief sigh of relief for the IOC, which is currently being choked by a war for the 2016 Summer Olympics, in which both the American Republic and Soviet Union have presented bids. Now, however, the international community can put aside its political differences and marvel at the sporting achievements of every nation at the Abbeville Winter Olympics. For years, the French government has been planning a grand opening ceremony to finally showcase the country's splendor. Alright. That is the French socialist state, which is, of course, more or less a Soviet puppet, I guess. European Union member, yeah. At the official conclusion of the 2010 Ethiopian Workers' Party Convention, no faction has been seen to gain any significant support from both within the Shengo and throughout Ethiopia. I don't necessarily know anything about that. Chapel of the Tablet destroyed. The Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion has been remained relatively hidden from the public for millennia. This is also more Ethiopian stuff. Gaddafi's treasurer resigns. As fellow coalition members blast him and the Kerner for a revised economic plan, the AIR's treasurer has just announced his resignation. Is that the this? Yep, Arab Islamic Republic here with Muammar Gaddafi, National Bolshevik. Okay. I don't know what's going on with necessarily with the some of the ideological labels, but Yazov is dead. Terror of the streets of Leningrad. As Chairman Yazov was attending a state tour of the recently opened European Liberation Museum, one of his supposedly loyal guards opened fire on the head of state, killing him almost instantly. As the rogue bodyguard was terminated by his colleagues, the other Politburo members rushed to Yazov's side. Okay, so the leader of the Soviet Union, I guess, is dead. Indiana governor disappears. Governor of Indiana, Kathy Davis, has seemingly disappeared off the face of the earth, failing to attend any meetings of the state assembly. Her chief of staff traveled to her rural home to ensure she was well, but instead discovered that one of the most powerful women in the Commonwealth was nowhere to be found. Proceeded to inform the appropriate authorities, who are awaiting confirmation from President Chomsky to initiate an investigation. Why would they have to wait from on me, the president? Also, that's Henrik Ibsen, Norwegian author, on that shelf. And let's see, certainly raises the possibility of Mrs. Davis simply retreating for an undocumented holiday. I mean, we should start an investigation, honestly. The new chairman is Vladimir Putin. Oh no. Philadelphia intercepts terrorist chatter. Counter-terrorist military divisions in Philadelphia have intercepted terrorist chatter from Indiana and Western Ohio, informing the president that Kathy Davis's disappearance could more than likely be an abduction at the hands of right-wing or communist terrorists. As of now, they have been unable to determine whether this chatter represents the former or latter of our enemies, but Chomsky is clearly determined to save his governor from certain torture and possible death at the hands of vile radicals. I mean, we are also radicals, but like in a different way, come on. Kathy Davis has been rescued. Princess Diana has been killed. Princess Diana of Wales left Ireland on a private jet and died in 2010. Okay. Rather than shying away in an attempt to avoid anger from the old god for intervening in state affairs despite his constitutional obligations. So yeah, what are his constitutional obligations? I would like to know. Is he allowed to intervene in state affairs? Because it seems kind of weird to have a president with executive powers similar to those of an American president in a country like this. Welcome back, Kathy Davis. Vermont Governor Bernie Sanders has made his yearly pilgrimage to the graves of his wife and children. This is obviously very important news for us to learn right now. The radical socialists in Central... Wait, what? To Portugal, representing Philadelphia's new government, the radical socialist and Central Committee aligned governor of Vermont orchestrated a significant purge of all opposition within the state. What the fuck? Without any approval from the capital, he legally used state troopers to round up all those opposed to the Central Committee and have them shot. These included his wife Jane Sanders and 3 children, aged 19, 15, and 14. Reluctantly called for their allies' execution by firing squad. Every single year, the current governor makes his pilgrimage to their graves, vowing to never let those who took so much from him to take so much from the country again. What in the world is this world? Princess Diana's funeral. Kind of don't give a shit about like Diana trutherisms and all that. Okay, we got some research done. The White Phoenix. Indiana's secret police have filed a report on the White Phoenix, a mysterious figure Governor Davis told them about. Told them all her captors spoke of with ominous fear and admiration. Huh. So there's some like weird terrorist. Research speed, yes, please. And it's gonna pay for itself, even though it's a long-ass research time. Mustafa Abdul Jalil assassinated. I have no idea who this man is. Vermont insurgency ends. Wait, what? What's going on? Since 2008, an insurgency had gripped the people of Vermont, forcing them into watching behind their backs and fearing those... Oh my god, so America's just all kinds of fucked in this world. Governor's house was partially destroyed by 2 bombs detonated on one side, aimed at murdering the governor himself. What? Political power +1. Rising Eagle. Well-known Irish author and failed presidential candidate Sean McMillan has just released his much-anticipated alternate history thriller, Rising Eagle. The book explores an alternate reality in which the United States come out spectacularly victorious in the Cold War. What a fantasy that is. Well, I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like this video, and if you'd like to see more of this mod, please let me know. I'll record a few episodes more, see what people think, and then take it from there. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. My voice can't handle more of this. Goodbye.